So up until now, we've focused on solid objects, and today I want to start talking about fluids. Okay, so let's just understand a little bit of a difference. A fluid is something that flows, and so for our purposes, that's mostly gases, liquids, but many of these ideas can be continued on to ideas such as plasmas. Now, what makes something a gas or a liquid? Well, you can imagine that if I take a solid object and I stand it on a table, it'll just stay there. But if I take that same object and make it instead out of liquid, okay, if I make a water cube, you know as well as I do that this cube is going to immediately flow down into a puddle there. Okay? So it flows. It can't withstand shearing stresses. On the other hand, I could put each of these inside some kind of a bowl. All right? So if I put the cube, the solid, inside a bowl, nothing changes. It doesn't conform to the sides of that bowl. But if I put the liquid in the bowl, if I take a bowl and I pour a liquid in it, the liquid conforms to the shape of the bowl, but it also exerts forces on the outside of that bowl. So the liquid is exerting a force out, force from the liquid on the bowl, and the bowl exerts a force inward, equal and opposite. All right, then the difference for gases, if liquids fill the shape of the object containing them, a gas also flows and matches the shape, but for a gas it matches volume also. So for a gas, my container needs to have a lid on it. Okay, we could imagine putting a good smart cork in there. And then the gas will fill up the entire volume and will change its volume to match the volume of the container. Okay? So solids have a very definite shape and can withstand shearing forces. Fluids flow. They don't have a definite shape. They take the shape of their container. They're held into their container by forces from the container on the fluid, and they exert forces outward on the container. The difference between a liquid and a gas is a liquid has a very definite volume. It is nearly incompressible. A gas is much more compressible and will adjust its volume to whatever size container it's in. Plasmas behave very much like gases, except they also have they're ionized, so charges can flow in them. Some of the electrons have been ripped off from their atoms.